Every week, the world changes in ways we don't always notice immediately, but sometimes the change feels personal. It happens when the world says goodbye to faces that felt permanent, voices that shaped generations, stories that inspired millions across continents and cultures. Celebrities are often seen as larger than life. Their music plays during our happiest moments. Their films shape how we see the world. Their achievements inspire dreams far beyond their own careers. And when they leave us, it feels like losing a piece of cultural history. Today, we pause to remember legendary figures whose impact continues to live far beyond their lifetimes. Icons who shaped entertainment, sports, and global culture through talent, strength, and resilience. This isn't about headlines. It isn't about controversy. It's about honoring legacy. It's about remembering why these names still matter today and why their influence will continue for generations. Let's begin. Section 1. A world that constantly changes. The entertainment and sports industries move incredibly fast. New stars appear every year. New trends dominate public attention. New stories capture headlines. But some names never fade. They become symbols of entire eras. When legendary figures pass away, the loss feels deeper because they represent more than personal success. They represent cultural shifts, historical milestones, and shared memories across millions of lives. Fans often describe these moments as losing part of their childhood, their inspiration, or even their personal motivation. And that's why remembering these legends is important. Because legacy doesn't disappear when a life ends. Legacy continues through influence. Section 2. Sidney Poitier, breaking barriers in Hollywood. Sidney Poitier wasn't just an actor, he was a pioneer. During a time when Hollywood offered very limited opportunities to actors of color, Poitier redefined what representation looked like on screen. His Academy Award win for Lilies of the Field became a historic milestone. It wasn't just recognition for talent, it was recognition for change. Throughout his career, Poitier chose roles that challenged stereotypes and promoted dignity, intelligence, and strength. His performances in films like Guess Who's Coming to Dinner and In the Heat of the Night addressed difficult social issues with grace and power. Audiences admired his calm authority and emotional depth, but his greatest impact may have been opening doors for future generations of actors who could now imagine possibilities that once seemed impossible. Section 3. The man behind the icon. Away from movie sets, Sidney Poitier lived a life focused on purpose and service. He became involved in civil rights efforts and used his platform to promote equality and social progress. Colleagues described him as disciplined, humble, and deeply thoughtful. Younger actors often spoke about how Poitier mentored them, not only in acting but in navigating fame responsibly. His life reminds us that true legacy is not built only through professional success, but through the lives influenced along the way. Section 4. Tina Turner, the power of resilience. Tina Turner was more than a performer. She was a symbol of survival and strength. Known as the Queen of Rock and Roll, Tina's voice, stage presence, and unmatched energy made her one of the most electrifying performers in music history. Songs like Proud Mary, What's Love Got to Do with It, and The Best became timeless anthems across generations. But Tina Turner's story was powerful not just because of her success, but because of her journey. She overcame personal hardship, public struggles, and serious health challenges while rebuilding her career against all expectations. Her comeback in the 1980s became one of the greatest revival stories in music history. She proved that success isn't defined by how you start, but by how you rise after falling. Section 5. How fans keep legends alive. When legendary artists like Tina Turner leave us, fans respond in extraordinary ways. Concert clips resurface online. Songs return to music charts. Personal memories flood social media. People share stories of how certain songs helped them through heartbreak, celebration, or life-changing moments. Art has a unique power. It connects strangers through shared emotions and experiences. That's why artists never truly disappear. Their voices continue to live through every replayed song and every new listener discovering their work. Section 6. Pelé, the king who changed football forever. Pelé wasn't just a football player, he was a global symbol of excellence. From an early age, Pelé showed extraordinary talent that would eventually transform football into a worldwide cultural phenomenon. Winning multiple World Cups and scoring hundreds of unforgettable goals, Pelé redefined what athletic greatness looked like. But his influence extended far beyond statistics. He inspired young athletes worldwide, especially those from humble beginnings, to believe that talent combined with discipline could change their lives. Pelé helped football become more than a sport. He helped turn it into a universal language. Section 7. The human side of greatness. Behind his legendary career, Pelé dedicated much of his life to humanitarian causes. He supported youth programs, education initiatives, and international peace efforts. Many athletes later credited Pelé for inspiring them to pursue sports professionally. What made Pelé special wasn't just skill, it was his ability to inspire hope. He represented the idea that dreams can grow anywhere, regardless of background. Section 8. Why losing legends feels personal. When icons like Poitier, Turner, and Pelé pass away, millions of people experience a shared emotional response. Even though fans never met them personally, these legends often became part of daily life through entertainment, inspiration, and cultural influence. Music becomes tied to memories. Movies become tied to emotions. Sports moments become tied to national pride. When those figures leave, it feels like closing a chapter of history. And that emotional connection explains why tributes appear worldwide whenever legends pass. Section 9. The true meaning of legacy. Legacy is often misunderstood. It isn't measured by awards alone. It isn't measured by wealth or popularity. True legacy is measured by influence. How many lives were inspired? How many barriers were broken? How many dreams were created because one person refused to give up? Sidney Poitier changed representation in film. Tina Turner redefined strength and survival. Pelé changed how the world saw football and athletic excellence. Their influence continues through the people they inspired, and that is how legacy survives. Section 10. Reflection and tribute. As we reflect on these legendary lives, we are reminded of something deeply human. Greatness is not about perfection, it's about impact. Each of these icons faced struggles, criticism, and personal challenges, but they continued forward, creating art, history, and inspiration that now belongs to the world. Their stories remind us that influence doesn't end when life ends. It continues through memories, through creativity, through inspiration passed from generation to generation. Today we honor Sidney Poitier, we honor Tina Turner, we honor Pelé, and we honor every individual whose talent and courage shaped the culture we live in today. May their legacies continue to inspire future generations. Remembering legendary figures is more than nostalgia. It is a reminder of how creativity, resilience, and passion can change the world. These individuals showed that one voice, one performance, or one moment of excellence can influence millions. As fans and as witnesses to history, remembering their stories keeps their impact alive. And perhaps the greatest tribute we can give them is continuing to be inspired by what they created. If any of these legends touched your life, we invite you to share your memory in the comments below. Was there a song that inspired you? A movie that changed your perspective? A sports moment that gave you unforgettable excitement? Your memories help keep these legends alive. If you appreciate respectful, meaningful tributes to cultural icons and historical figures, make sure to like this video and subscribe for weekly remembrance stories and legacy documentaries. Because history isn't only written in books, sometimes it's written in music, films, and moments that stay with us forever.